Hi guys, I know you are here somewhere. So my name is Adrian. Today I want to tell you an incredible story. A story about my grandmother and how she raised 9 children during Soviet Union in Moldova. I wanted to invite you to join our community, guys, a place where we share stories, respect and life lessons. We have live streams where people connect, talk and reflect. So if you want to be part of something real, join us. And thank you for subscribing. It really helps us grow this community together. So my grandmother's story is not just about her, it's about strength, courage, resilience, and love. It's about surviving, guys, in a time when life was not easy, when the government controlled everything, when food was scarce, and opportunities were limited. Imagine raising 9 children during a time when even basic necessities were hard to get, when schools were far, hospitals were crowded, and everyone had to work extra hard to survive. Yet, despite all of this, my grandmother never gave up. She taught my aunts and uncles not just how to survive, but how to respect others, how to work hard, and how to stay together as a family, even when life was harsh and uncertain. So she didn't have luxury. She didn't have modern conveniences. But she had something stronger, guys. She had courage, she had patience, and she had love. Love is very important. And she used all of it to raise 9 strong, kind, and capable children in the world that demanded strength at every turn. I often think about what that must have been like. Waking up early to make sure that there was enough to eat, sending kids to school, working in fields, factories, or wherever she could, all while keeping her family safe and her children together. And the lessons from her life are lessons for all of us today. First, she showed me that resilience matters more than comfort. You don't need luxury to create strength. You don't need approval to create respect. And you need patience, consistency, and love. Yeah. Second, she taught me that family and community matter. Even when life is harsh, having people who love and support you makes you definitely stronger. And even small acts of kindness help people survive the hardest times, Even today is very hard time we have, guys. So the third one is she taught me gratitude, because she lived through scarcity. She never looked small. She never took small things for granted. A warm meal, a safe home, clothes for children, everything was appreciated. And finally, she taught me that hardship can shape character. And life was not easy, but it taught my family discipline, patience, and respect. Qualities that have lasted for generations. I wanted you to imagine it like 9 children running around, laughing, fighting, learning, growing, all under one roof during a time when the resources were tight and the world felt heavy and demanding. It was my grandmother's strength, her consistency, her ability to stay calm, to organize, to nurture, that allowed her children to survive and thrive. I believe there is a lesson in this for all of us. We live in a world that often values speed, comfort, and shortcuts. But my grandmother's story reminds us that the true strength comes from patience, love, and perseverance. Even when life feels hard, even when challenges seem impossible, you can rise above. You can guide those around you. You can create stability even in chaos. She also taught me that power of respect. The power of respect. Respect for others. Respect for your family. Respect for the community. Respect for life itself. Even when the resources were limited, she made sure her children learned to respect each other and to support each other. And that respect became part of who we are as a family. It's something you can't take away. Something that survives even the hardest conditions. Something stronger than material wealth. Something that lasts generations. Her story also reminds me that grace and gratitude are very powerful. Even in scarcity, she found reason to be grateful for food, for a roof over her head, for the laughter of her children, for small victories and moments of beauty in every day. And I want you to think about your life and what you have, and remember to be grateful for the small things, because those small things are often what make life worth living. She also showed me that hardship can create joy. Yeah, because life was difficult. Every small celebration, every meal together, every shared story became a treasure. We can learn from that to create joy even in the smallest moments, even when life is challenging. And that is why I tell her story today, because her life was not just about survival, it was about love, courage, respect, and community. These are the qualities we can carry forward, even if our lives are easier than hers. Her story inspires me to never give up, to face challenges with patience, to respect others, to value family and community, and to find gratitude even in hard times. And I want you to take that lessons too. Whatever challenges you face, however many responsibilities you have, you can approach life with the same courage, the same patience, the same love. Because my grandmother raised 9 children under the hardest conditions, and she did it with grace, strength, and respect. And that is a legacy that lives on. In her children, in her grandchildren even, and in the lessons we carry today. So thank you for listening to her story, for joining me in honoring my grandmother, and for remembering that true strength comes from love, patience, courage, and respect. And I want to invite you once again to join our community, share your own stories, connect on our live stream, and if you haven't already, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being here, because together we can honor the past and build a respectful, strong, and loving community today. Wherever life takes you, remember her story, and remember the patience, love, and respect can help you raise families, support communities, and face even the hardest challenges with grace and respect. Thank you very much. Stay safe, stay healthy. I show respect.